Welcome back, everyone, to the Season Kitchen. We're doing some Latin-influenced cooking with Chef David Smith from Criollo in downtown Flagstaff. All right, main event. Let's get after it.
All right, we're going to do a beef short rib empanada. These short ribs are coming from a local farm, Arizona Legacy Beef, about an hour and a half south of here. And so short ribs require a braise. Really tough piece of meat if they're not cooked for a long time. So that's what we're doing now. We're gonna actually fill these with Black Mesa Ranch Chev, another local farm, black currants, Spanish olives, and they'll be rolled in dough. This will be plated with chimichurri sauce and an avocado salad. Avocado, watercress, and tomato, tossed with extra virgin olive oil, salt and pepper, and lime juice.
Excuse me, what is chimichurri?
Chimichurri is a herb-based sauce. It can either be spicy or tart or both. Ours is kind of a sweet tart sauce, not so spicy, but you can find these really fiery as well. So we got a nice brown on these.
Well, that didn't take very long.
Didn't take long at all. We're not trying to cook these. We just wanted to develop a little flavor.
And you went high heat with that.
High heat. You got to go high heat here.
Fast,
we want to get caramelized.
Fast on that. Okay.
Yep.
Now we got a nice little mix here. What do we have? We got some carrots. We have some onions, celery.
Celery. Yep.
Very good. Okay.
Referred to as Mirepoix. So we're going to add our tomatoes. Tomato paste would work great here as well. Tomato paste probably traditional, more traditional for braises. Now we're going to deglaze, get that fond off of the bottom. We're going to get this ready to go in the oven. We're going to cover it with aluminum foil.
Simmered it on the stove just a little bit.
Yep.
Okay.
So we added water to that. We're not going to use all wine for that braising liquid. What we'll find is when we pull this out, that water is going to be full of flavor. It's going to get the collagen from the bones. We'll have a lot of flavor from the Mirepoix as well, and it'll be a nice, really nice sauce for this.
Okay, so off to the oven now for a long time, about 8 hours.
About 8 hours, 220 degrees. Again, it's one of those things, depending on the cut of meat though, it could be 9 hours, it could be 6, something you want to check probably after about 5.
Okay, now we're ready to get going on some dough spreading.
So for this dough, we did flour, sugar, butter, baking powder, and beer, actually.
Beer?
Beer, yep.
Light beer, dark beer, doesn't matter?
Light beer, and it does matter.
Okay.
Dark beer has more sugar, so it'll burn easier.
Very good. All right, so what am I doing here?
So we're just gonna kind of pat this down a little bit, and then if you could hand me one of those rolling pins.
Okay, there.
We're gonna get it about as thin as we can get.
You trust me with the rolling pin now, do you?
I do.
Okay.
Don't hit me with it.
I'm watching you. I won't hit you with it.
And it's gonna fight us a little bit. So we're gonna roll it out.
Okay.
It's gonna come back, and we're gonna do this until it stays where we want it. And as you roll it, you may find that you need a little bit more flour if it starts to stick to your rolling pin or to the surface.
Okay.
And then we're going to bring out our very technical tool here. It's a top of sour cream container.
Okay, I like that. Very technical indeed.
Bring that out and kind of trace with our paring knife here. We're not going to do any more today, but this dough, if we were going to do more, we'd trace out the remaining pieces that were big enough, and then we'd fold this back up. Probably do that a couple times before the gluten develops too much. Here are our pulled short ribs. So pulled off the bone. We've mixed these with a little potato, some Spanish olives, some black currants, and then we've got some local cheese here. This is Black Mesa Ranch cheese. We've got almost everything we need here to make empanadas. Uchi made an egg wash for us, so for our purposes today, egg and water.
Simple.
Simple, yeah. Milk can be used as well. So this is going to fold over kind of like a clam. So we're going to put this right in the middle.
Egg wash, basically a glue.
Yeah,
yes?
Exactly.
Okay.
We'll use it for another purpose. Actually, once we get this closed, it'll help pastries bake up nice and golden brown.
Nice.
So, but for this purpose, a glue. Fold it over, nice and rustic. We're not looking for anything perfect here. So I'm going to take a fork around this, and this kind of just makes a seal. So as it cooks, that egg wash will seal it. This is also just an additional little something. All right, so we're going to put some parchment paper down so this doesn't stick. And here's our second application for the egg wash. This is actually going to keep this from getting a really dark brown. It's going to turn golden brown now. Okay. So this kind of protects the dough. Give it a nice gloss when it comes out. We want to make sure we get the whole thing. All right, and that's it. Beautiful. We're going to put this in the oven around 20 minutes.
Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. The empanadas have been in the oven, and let's take a look at how they turned out. Remember, I have an empanada in there too. Okay.
They look great.
Well, they look great, but there's a big difference between one and the other. I'm trying to figure out here which one's yours and which one is mine. What did I do wrong here?
Yeah, I think it's still going to taste fantastic.
Still going to taste good?
Yeah.
Smells good.
We've got some chimichurri sauce, a little smear of that on the plate, and then an avocado, watercress, and tomato salad.
What goes into your chimichurri sauce?
Chimichurri sauce, garlic, parsley, cilantro, jalapenos. But chimichurri is kind of like it can be anything you want it to be. So that can change depending on who's making it or how you want it to taste, really.
And look at you just laying that empanada
and we just
on
lay it on
top.
top. That's our finished product.
Oh, that looks absolutely beautiful. There is our main event right there. We're going to plate that up beautifully right up front. And now what we're going to do, listen carefully, dessert lovers. I know you're going to love this. Moist on the inside, crispy on the outside, chocolate just about everywhere. We'll be right back.